Greetings and salutations, yet again, earthlings. So, been having my coffee and flowing into my day. It's been a while since I've been moved to make these video journals like this. Mainly, I've been seeking to tune and ground in through my dancing, getting close to Father that way, out in nature. But it's been raining lately, so that's been limited a little bit. And Father always leads, guidance, directs me in the way that this vessel needs, that suits me, my tuning fork, this touchable, tangible tuning fork, what it needs to be led, guided, and directed, the path of least resistance to what's going to grow us into the best us as we can us. And truly, if money and circumstances weren't a hindrance, what does my true self want? Safe haven, ranches, and rescues, safe places for everyone to love and be loved. And for me, to know what it's like to be well and truly loved in a union with a strong masculine husband that's strong enough to make those kind of choices, to be the kind of man that wants to encourage and nourish the best in me as I encourage and nourish the best in him in the most magical and creative of ways that will see safe haven, ranches, and rescues into being all over the universe. It's a wild dream, ain't it? To want to see any child or animal, any sentient being that's been kicked to the curb, so to speak, and abandoned, seemingly with no one to care about. And yet God took the time to create them. So what does that say about us, that we're not paying attention to the very least that need it the most? Because usually the ones that say the least are deep in prayer with Father. The very deepest. They're seeking the most holy of holy, to rise above the ethers. Keeps resonating within me when Jesus said, "Go and sin no more." And it keeps resonating within my soul that God gave his only begotten Son to save the world. And all that Jesus asked was, "Go and sin no more. Fear not." If you gave all of your everything to Father, then what would you have to fear? He is the very basis of creation. So, and just know that it is. And just enjoy your moments. Praying, creating, being in his presence. And Father is love, which is creation. I am because he first loved me. He looked at this world and didn't think it was perfect until I was in it. So I am that I am. So anyway, that's where today's flow is going. And it has something to do with the Lady of the Lake and King Arthur and Lancelot and Merlin. And that feeling of the gloaming, that to me, when I feel like I'm in Father's presence, it's in that place that is the gloaming, the space between consciousness, awakefulness, and sleep. That AC/DC switch off between the physical and then the spiritual, emotional, and healing of resting in Father. It's complete surrender, giving it all over to Him. I never worried about bad dreams or anything like that. I can't, because honestly, I can't remember the last time I have dreamed. Because I see it as a release when I go to sleep, because it's like, well, I've stayed in prayer, so when I go to sleep, it's just me. Enjoy being in Father's presence. But it's curious to me of when throughout the nights that my body awakens and why. Is it because I need to go to the bathroom, or I heard a noise, or I mean, seems to me a lot of times when I wake up, it's because I wake up talking because I'm responding to somebody or something energetically in this touchable, tangible field realm. I'm being pulled that way. And it's interesting, the conversations that I'm having. So anyway, but it's not dreams, it's an actual. All right, Lady the Lake. All right, the Lady O'Lake being the high priestess side of Guinevere. It's how I feel that. The Mists of Avalon. Have y'all ever read that book? That perspective of the King Arthurian legend. Anyway, perspectives, points of view, different sides of a coin. There's always another side to a tale. As we think about it, the different legends, you got Merlin's perspective, you got Guinevere's, you got Lancelot's, and then you got King Arthur's. Then you have those of the people aspects of how those choices were affecting all the others around them. So, all right, so King Arthur, Lancelot, coming into union. There's something about Guinevere, and it's like a testing, the testings. You still have, it's like the upper echelon, like attracts like, coming into union. Past lives, there's been interplays throughout time, dancing, threads, connections made, entanglements, quantum entanglements. The sword piercing through the veil, the spiritual to the physical, the DNA finally being unlocked for those connections to come into. Because I keep having that echo within me, the Fairy King comes, the Fairy King comes. I've been having it for years. Seriously, recover the accounts, Loki-Motive 3978 and Sheldini. Also, when I started out the YouTube, it was under Shellbell. And then I quantum entangled with somebody in a weird way that, Very weird. And I was like, oh, I'll switch this up, and I'm gonna start journaling and keeping track of this stuff and watching the cyclical pattern stuff and the woo weirdnesses. Yeah, interesting connections and threads of thoughts I've been making throughout the years in fascinating ways. The brilliant way that my mind, my subconscious and conscious work together. Pisces, twin fish. Gemini moon, twins. Leo rising. The sun is representative of a Leo. Pisces, representative moon. Twins in the sky. Sun and moon. The interesting way that I can see them energies, the energetic interplays, and know the different sound patterns making energetic waves. Sound, sight, ethers, air, earth, wind, air, fire, natural different elements that affect a thing. The surroundings as well. A lot of time people don't really understand air. You know it's there. Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Do you ever wonder some of the phrases indigenous people use to, the turns of phrases, the uses of words, Tower of Babel, why they make a thing confusing? To get you to calm down, think about things, and try again. Usually, indigenous people get overlooked because they make... It's like colonization came about to confuse things. Tower of Babel. Whereas the indigenous people with that direct link to God is usually very straightforward and simple. Seriously, what's the quickest route from point A to point B? A thought. A thought. Hello. A thought. Third eye. Boop, boop. Boop. With it, boop. That's simple. Anyway, it's one of the things I love about my son. Is like, because he's one of the first generation ADHD becoming a thing, and me being a mom and absolutely wanting the best for my baby. Always try to calm down, think about it, try again. You know your body. You know. Calm down, think about it, try again. And it was the blind leading the blind, because all this stuff we're experiencing was first round of everything. And just seriously. First round of, okay, Mama's generation, they stayed together no matter what, even if they were freaking miserable together. Fought it out, you duked it out, you married, that was it. Period. That was that. Nope. Good, bad, or otherwise, you're stuck. And neither one of them read, so they, although Pawpaw was in math, he wizarded with numbers, not even kidding, but couldn't read or write, really, at all, that I know of. And Mama, rudimentary. But she was good at getting out information on other people, because nosy, God love her, she was one of the nosiest people. And that was something I appreciated her ability to find a thing out, but I didn't like her tactics. Or the way that she liked to let people know that she knew what she knew. It was underhanded and manipulative, and I didn't know. I'm gonna lie on it. But boy, was she brilliant in ways that people didn't think she was. But woo, did I? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like those tactics, but clearly they worked brilliantly to her advantage. Ew. And when you as a child, very small child, can see through that stuff, yeah, got my butt whooped many a times. Because seriously, when you're little and you're seeing through their shit and you're like, really, you're gonna punish me for something that you deem lucky when clearly you are in no condition to judge me or make that kind of assessment of my behavior. Ooh, wow. Pot and kettle. And I'm 3, 5, 7, 13. Yeah, well, clearly at the age of 13, and I've been seeing this behavior since birth. And yet I'm still the one getting in trouble, and your behavior ain't changed. Clearly, agreeing to disagree hasn't affected you at all, but thank God I'm learning as I go. Ooh. Woo! Yeah, I'm learning. So, anyway, and I'm never tried to be judgmental, but I always freaking wondered, why the Father? I'm seeing, are you not seeing this? What is happening? Anyway, that's always been kind of my take on things. Yeah. And as you get older, whoo, okay, you get quicker, faster, better at seeing them red flags and people's are like, oh, wow. And you know I'm good. Why are they? Wow, I was trying to see the good in you, but oh, yeah, I really was trying to see the good in you. Wow. Okay. Anyway, okay. All right, that's, woo, why did I, anyway, reeling in. Yeah, the whole, okay, and then the reverberation of the thought of Father impressed on my soul. It's like, I gave you my only begotten son, and look what happened to him. No, you ain't getting my daughter too. No. Touch not the beloved. Ooh, you need to sort yourselves out though. Anyway, love. That's where today's weirdness is at. And I'm hoping rain clears up so I can get out and get good and grounded and tuned in. I hope that y'all are being kind and staying in your peace. Checking on your mom and them. Seriously. Have you checked on somebody? Maybe it's a lifeline that they need. A kindness. Maybe it's a kindness you show yourself by reaching out. Saying, hey, I was thinking about you. You alright? You okay? Yo, Tay. Tay in the wind. Nail. If you don't get the reference. Anyway, mucho love. Be kind. Start with yourselves, baby.